Hi there, this is Fei Wu from Fei's World Media. In this video, I'm going to show you the 12 tips for Zoom hosts. So if you have purchased a subscription or if you have a company account where you're leading a lot of these meetings, this is the right video for you. But it also applies to people who are Zumba instructors, dance or fitness instructors who are bringing their lessons online. So let's get started. My video is turned on to make this process a little more realistic and interactive. The first thing you want to pay attention to is to know your audience and guess their reaction. So if this is a professional meeting, a professional setting, corporate America, you get me, then you want to make sure that when you come in and when you set up the meeting, you automatically mute all the attendees and their videos are not turned on. So to do this, you can actually do it in the meeting settings when you set it up. I have a separate video for that. The second thing you can really help out your participants is to not assume that they're experts in Zoom or they have used Zoom like an expert very recently. They may have forgotten some of the settings that are important for them to participate. Things such as the difference between gallery view and speaker view. In addition to gallery or presenter view, you also want to let your participants know maybe a few things such as where chat is and whether they're able to share their screen at a later time in the meeting. Okay, the next part is pretty juicy. It's all about this green button that you can see where I am pointing at, which is called Share Screen. Once you click on that, there are a number of options that you can choose from. Right now, all you see is my desktop. However, the moment I open up other applications, you're able to see that as well. Now you have the option to share your entire desktop. Whatever you have on there, you can share. Now this option is easier if you are planning on hopping around different applications. You have a lot to share, going from one video app to Final Cut Pro to your email to your calendar, whatever it may be. But if there's something specific that you want to share, such as a browser or like you're editing Final Cut Pro, make sure that you select a specific browser or an application. Second is whiteboard. Now, I don't know if anybody's truly using this option, but it is here. So let's go ahead and see what it looks like. With a whiteboard, you can draw or text very easily. You can apply and add text, you can draw, you can stamp. I mean, who's doing all these things? You can erase, you can save and clear. Coming back to share, if there's something you want to share on your iPhone or iPad, you can do so via two options, AirPlay or via a cable. I'm going to demonstrate this real quick. So now you get a message which says, make sure your iPhone or iPad is connected to your home network. And now when you slide down your iPhone, just as if you're trying to mirror the screen, instead of mirroring the screen, what you're going to choose, such as your living room. For me, I'm going to choose Zoom Phase iMac. For you, it should be the application you're looking at. Now you're seeing my screen in real time. You can see the text message coming in. You can see that this is what I'm looking at. And now you're looking at my home screen. You can share as much as you want, and it's fairly fluid. So whenever you want to stop sharing, the same way as you're stopping your pairing the device, the same way as you're stopping screen mirroring, just like that, you can stop. And you're back. To stop sharing altogether, you click on this red button. A couple of other things I think are very important for you to know on this screen are often ignored. Down in the left-hand corner here, you have Share Computer Sound. Now, if you're like me, let me move this. If you're like me using a microphone, this is a very directional microphone, which means not only it's pointing and only recording sound from where I'm generally speaking towards, it's also blocking sound on the side and it's not capturing a lot of sound in front of the mic. Now, if you're playing something such as music, or you're playing a video, you want to be sure that your computer video is being shared. So you want to make sure this checkbox is checked. Same thing goes for optimize screen share for video clips. This option is kind of interesting. This option here is quite interesting because Zoom doesn't spend a lot of time explaining how the video clips are being optimized. But essentially what it means is people have different upload or download capabilities through their home Wi-Fi. Whether your video is really large or relatively small, 1080p or 4K, Zoom is able to optimize the video play or playback to its best ability. It's able to adjust it for the participants and for you as a host. So if you're going to share video clips or video assets in general during the meeting, it's best to have it checked. Now let's move on to the most ignored setting here. In the toggle area, there's something called advanced. Over here, you have the options to share a portion of your screen as opposed to just your desktop or the entire application interface. The second option is extremely important for dance teachers, for people who conduct lessons online, which is to share their computer sound only. I have a very detailed video to show how Zumba and dance instructors can do that and can teach their lessons live via Zoom. Definitely go check it out. The third thing is content from a second camera. This isn't as relevant for most hosts, as most of us are running the meeting happily using a webcam, which is single directional. But for any reason, if you need content from a second camera, this is the option. Last but not least, here are the files. If you need to share and be able to pull files from your Dropbox or from your Google Drive, this is the place to be. One more thing I want to show you is as you're sharing the screen right here, and if for any reason you move your cursor away, you'll notice that the toggle at the top of the screen, all the controls are gone. Then what you're left with is this little green button right here. You see what happened? I'm going to move away my cursor, and as you're running your meeting, it goes away. So the only way to bring back the controls as you need to is bring your mouse cursor all the way up. So it's pinned at the top of the screen. You move it up and you're able to select whether you want to stop the video, whether you want to annotate it, or create a new share. So I just want to mention this. A lot of people ignore it. Now let's take a look at annotation. I never use annotation here on the screen, but you're able to. You can type and give feedback and change the text color if you're looking at a particular screen. This is all part of the recording. If you're currently recording the video, you can actually save it and select the file. Now this is also saved. Next, let's talk about chat. Chat is an interesting feature, and people usually realize how to use it because the moment somebody sends something, you're able to see in the chat icon right here, you're able to see a little pop-up. Somebody says something. I won't have to elaborate too much. I don't see people struggle with this. One thing to call out here is that you have the option to participate in chats with either the host only or publicly, everyone, or you're able to select someone. So I don't have the option right now, but if you have other people joining the meeting, there will be a drop down where you can select talking to Adam versus Jorge or choosing to have a chat with a particular person. Now the next option is record. You have the option to record on your own computer or record to the cloud. The recording will start in the background and you will be able to see an indicator in the upper left-hand corner. So let me show you an example. Now, a recording starts, you can see that it's blinking. Now you know it's working properly. And to stop it or to pause it, simply click on pause. And to start again, you can hit the play button again to resume recording, or you can stop it all together at any point. For example, if you only want to record a segment of the conversation, you start that and then you hit pause. Now the meeting will not be converting or saving to anywhere at this moment, only until that I hang up. In fact, only when the host hangs up, the video is then converted to a video you can download and access or share with your participants. Now, the option to save it to cloud is quite convenient. Depending on the package you have with Zoom, your space or your cloud storage is limited. The next option is clapping and thumbs up. So as somebody is talking, for example, the host or a particular participant, you can come in and choose that. Now pay attention to this corner, upper left-hand corner. Now I want to give it a thumbs up. It basically displays for about 3 seconds and it goes away on its own. Okay, there is a little corner called more. I don't think a ton of people are necessarily using these options right here, which is about going live on Facebook, live on Workplace by Facebook, which I've not heard of or have not used. The third one is live on YouTube. So exactly as it sounds, I think this option will be really helpful for podcasters, content creators, and broadcasters. If you're interviewing someone, if you feel prepared enough, or if your show is basically a live show, then this is a great option for you. Let me show you how live on YouTube works. First, you need to choose the account. Second, you need to confirm your channel. And third is right here, you're able to give your Zoom meeting a title. If you're a podcaster, you can be right here telling people who your guest is, what the topic is about, such as palliative care with BJ Miller. And you can choose the privacy of the recording, which is quite convenient because you can have it go live and be public right away, or have the video be unlisted and private. But when you choose unlisted or private, your video is not exactly live on YouTube, if that makes sense. And in terms of Facebook, you have to choose where you want to post your live video, whether it's your timeline or a specific page. Then you click on Next. Now Zoom is preparing live streaming preview. So here, based on part of your recording, Facebook is able to analyze the video and the audio quality. Down here, you have some of the live API information. You can check out some of the stream health. You can add additional polls if you want to, but you're not actually live yet. You can also schedule a live video, which is interesting, to go live now only until you hit the blue button. You're not going live. So I hope you find this video helpful. It's definitely a longer video. Please know that we have created a series of Zoom tutorials and videos for people just like yourself, for creative entrepreneurs. And if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please consider doing so right now before you head out. Hit the bell button so that I can see you next time and notify you when our next video is up. Bye for now. Thank you so much for supporting this channel.